Okay. Hey guys. Wow. Incredible response to the podcast that I released about being an alcoholic and being a chef. It seems to have spoken to an awful lot of you. We got nearly 2,000 followers in 24 hours, which I really wasn't expecting. Yeah, a lot of you have sent messages telling me what you've been going through. Asking me how to deal with it and the kind of help that's available and what you should do. Um, and let's be very clear, I don't have all the answers. And it took me a long time and a lot of trial and error to get sober and to get out of the kitchen, which is not what I'm suggesting. Um, but yeah, we'll get to that. For sure, there's a movement starting within the hospitality industry, and I think this is coming about now that Instagram and Facebook and TikTok and all these platforms are available for us to talk to one another. The world is a much smaller place than it used to be, of course, and you find that people are moving around a lot more as well. People are going cooking around the world, bartending around the world, learning from other kitchens and seeing thousands of different ways of being a chef, learning how to cook, how to deal with pressures, how to work in the service industry, which yeah, it's one of the most difficult industries to work in, but it's also one of the most rewarding industries to work in. Um, I had some of the best times of my life working in kitchens, just some absolutely fantastic moments, things that I'll never forget. And yeah, like I said in one of my previous episodes, working in the kitchen isn't what made me an alcoholic. Like it wasn't the job's fault. It was nobody but my own fault. But yeah, these types of work, these places that we work, they certainly give opportunity to fall into this kind of way of life. So yeah, a lot of you are coming out and saying that you're in a full-time addiction, um, drinking daily, cocaine, weed, and yeah, all I can say is it's super, super normal. It's normal to get burnt out in this industry. It's normal to not know what to do anymore when you're working 16-hour days, 6 days a week in a hot room with five other people. It's super normal to find something that you can mask the situation with, which is basically all you're doing is like putting the situation on hold. You're finding a way to not have to look at the situation that you're in by drinking or by sniffing coke every evening and pretending that you're having a great time. Eventually it will catch up with you. In all the messages that I'm reading, people are saying, yeah, they got out at 30, 40, some even made it to 50. But everyone has been there, everybody's seen it, and fair play to the guys that never got caught up in the addictive part of the job. Like fair play to the people who made it through without any of these vices. They're a lot stronger than I was. Yeah, it's truly impressive. But a lot of you are coming to me saying that you're burnt out, like you don't know how to deal with the work without the drink. A lot of you are saying that you're feeling trapped. You don't know what you would do or where you would go if you were to leave the kitchen, which is completely understandable. Like the hospitality industry, it seems at first like there aren't many transferable skills, but that's just not true. There's so many directions that you can go in outside of the kitchen. We'll get into that later. And a lot of you were also just saying, this is the kitchen. This is life in the kitchen. This is how it is. It's not. I know it can seem that way, but it's a lot deeper than just saying that kitchens are hard environments. Yeah, of course they are, but there is a way. There is a way out of that. Um, why are people messaging me now? Well, obviously, because I spoke up, because I want to share, my journey. There was a great comment. Somebody thought that it was all AI. That's incredible. I don't think AI could go into the kind of things that I've been going into. But thanks for your comment anyway. It just reassured me that what I'm doing is definitely worthwhile. To the haters out there, to people saying that's just the industry, to the people who are defending the chaos, that's fine. Like stay in it. If it works for you, that's great. I got to a point where it wasn't working for me anymore, and the bad times were outweighing the good times, and that's when I really had to take a look at it and decide, yo, like I've got to get out. Like I need to do something different with my life because this isn't taking me anywhere. I'm just in Groundhog Day. I'm doing the same thing day after day after day, and yeah, I'm really, really grateful that I managed to realize that when I did. Um, I actually left full time chefing 7 years ago now, and ended up working in different environments, different hospitality roles, still with a little bit of cooking, but still the vices were there. Like I was still using alcohol and weed and coke as a coping mechanism. Um, and yeah, you move around. I moved one place to the next, and for a little while, it's great. You start with new life, new energy. It's not going to be like the last time. You keep telling yourself that you're making a change by moving to somewhere new, but ultimately, it all ends up in the same place. Like you, personally, I just ended up drinking, smoking, sniffing every day of the week. And yeah, ultimately, that led me to realize that I really just had to. I had to get out. I had to do something. I had to ask for help. And yeah, again, I'm so grateful I did because my life has changed in ways that you just cannot imagine since I've been sober. In the 2 years I've been sober, nothing but good things have been happening to me. Like I just cannot tell you just how good life got. Especially the biggest thing that happened to me was the guilt came off my shoulders because I never wanted to be drinking. Every beer I opened, I was like, why am I doing this? Drinking the beer, like I just didn't want to do it. And yet I was just powerless. Like I just didn't stop. Mm. The real problem here isn't the cooking or the hours or the people. The problem is the environment. And when you find an environment that isn't good for you, and you going with certain types of people who are in the same kind of lifestyle, and with the same sort of habits, you just end up in this constant cycle, and it's really hard to break. Like you don't really have any time or space to think because by the time you've got home or your day off, you're certainly not thinking about changing your life. Your day off, you're just trying to recover from your 6 days of work. So it's really really easy to just not be looking at yourself and looking at the direction that your life is taking. The thing that helped me was distance, like, and taking some space from the kitchen really gave me a new direction. Like it gave me a new motivation, and it really made me realize, whoa, the environment is what's not working for me. Like I love cooking. I still love cooking. I still love serving people. Like it's my favorite thing. And just having some space to think really, really helped me out. So yeah, you probably said they're like, well, what the fuck can I do? Um, how how can I deal with this? How can I, we still have to make money. We've got income. We need income. We've got a family. We've got kids. We've got a house. We've got a car. We've got mortgage payments. It's not about leaving forever. Um, but I would seriously recommend changing your environment for just starting with a month. You know, take a month, go somewhere new, somewhere away from the normal day to day grind. Um, there's loads of things that I used to do. There's a great platform called World Packers, which is like it's getting quite big now, which is like a volunteer platform where you can sign up to go anywhere in the world, and you can go for, it depends on what they want, different lengths of time. We even run World Packers project here in Savvy, where people come, they stay for at least a month, and they just help us in the mornings, 4 days a week, with household tasks. Nothing difficult, just helping keep the rooms clean, doing some gardening, looking after the pool, simple stuff. But a lot of people come here, yeah, and they're doing exactly that. They're burnt out, they're fed up, they're stressed, and they're just getting out of their normal life for a month. And whilst they're here, like, things happen, like people change, people see, they get some clarity, some peace of mind, and they go back and they change something. They change either where they're working or where they're living, or millions of different things could happen. Like some people have continued to travel, some people have then sold their house and moved somewhere completely different, some people have gone back and gone back into the kitchen and just completely changed the way they did things. Other people have left here and gone and checked in to rehab, and they've realized the problem is too big for them to handle without help. But there are options. There's loads of options. There's also ways to get out of the kitchen. One of the guys that started following us the other day was a chef that I used to work with a long time ago. And it's incredible knowing the guy that I knew back then in from Leeds and even in Spain. He's a completely different guy, and he he started his own private chef firm and it's taken off. It looks epic. He's doing really cool things, and he's nothing but his own boss. So then you're only accountable for yourself, which kind of takes a lot of the pressure off, but it also puts a different kind of pressure on. Um, you could go and work in smaller kitchens. I know that also helped me a lot when I was working with a smaller team. There was uh, less opportunities. Other people, yeah, they've gone to teach. They've started teaching young chefs how to cook. Other friends of mine, they became retreat chefs. So they really put themselves in different environments where they were cooking, but also there was a much more spiritual aspect going on. Um, Horses for courses. It depends. Like different things work for different people. Um, there's also certain programs. I don't know if you've heard of Burnt Chef, the Burnt Chef project. That's helping chefs that are, yeah, burnt out and struggling in the industry. And then there's also Ben's Friends, which is a lot more focused on addiction. Uh, if you want, get in touch, send me a message, and I'll send you the links and some details for the programs. And the other biggest thing that I can really recommend is Alcoholics Anonymous, if that is your problem. It's so good. It really helped me doing the 90 meetings in 90 days, changed my life. That's really what got me sober. I spoke to one of you yesterday and I recommended the program I was in. And yeah, I'm sure it will help. Like, it's such a good program. You don't have to take the whole religious side and you don't have to do the 12 steps. There's many different ways to do AA. You can take what works for you and leave what doesn't work for you. It's not judgmental. Nobody's there to judge you. We've all got different stories. We've all got different coping mechanisms and ways that we do things. That's the beauty of it. That's the whole human experience is what brings us all together. We're all different, so that makes us all the same. Anyway, through coming through the Alcoholics Anonymous project and then wanting something new from the life that I had. Many of you will know I was running a big volunteer project up in the mountains, and where I was still deeply addicted. It was then that I got clean and I was still running this project, but like I'd been doing it for 7 years, almost 8 years, and it was coming to an end. Like I was ready to move on to something new, something that I had more purpose. I was using that project kind of as like a validation for my addictions because new people every month I was able to continue in my addictions because it was always new people who were meeting me and they just knew me for a month. So of course it's easy to carry on with your addiction and not have people realize just how bad it is because they leave within a month. And then and then a friend came to me and said that we should open a co-living in another place in Valencia, still in the mountains, about 30 minutes from Valencia city. And it's this huge villa. It's like this 2,000 square meter villa with 14 different rooms, super modern, super luxurious, swimming pool, gym, yoga studio, big salon and kitchens, really, really nice, like kitchens for preparing decent food. There's gas kitchen, also electric kitchen. And we started this co-living. And at the beginning, I didn't really give it much thought about the direction, but then I really decided that I wanted it to be a sober environment. So it was really scary at the beginning. I thought we would lose all of our clients, but making it a sober co-living and possibly the only sober co-living in Europe turned out to be the biggest unique selling point, and we just became fully booked straight away. And the people we get here are really interesting. 90% of them don't have alcohol problems, but they just don't really want to be around it. They they don't need it in their life, and they perform better when they're not surrounded by it, especially with a lot of these kind of co-livings or shared living environments. A lot of them are ways for travelers to live somewhere cheaply for a while, and they can sometimes turn into kind of party houses, your techno parties on a Tuesday afternoon, the barbecue, and beer and gin and tonics flowing, and it's just not something that I wanted to offer in this place. So yeah, the place is called Villa Savi. It's in Nakada, which is yeah half an hour from Valencia, and we're open all year round. We take all sorts of people. Like the people that come here are super incredible. Normally they're founders or they're in startups. A lot of them are artists or musicians, and they have projects that they're working on. And then others are like me. Others are alcoholics that have got clean, or drug addicts that have been through the rehab program and are now being reintroduced into normal society. And it really helps when you live with people and have these certain routines and these groups where you can share, and it's really nice because everyone just helps each other. Like it's a really non-judgmental environment, and everyone's just super super loving, really kind. We often eat together, we cook together, we listen to music together, we go hiking together. Or not is completely free for people to decide what and when they want to do anything. Like there's no pressure to join the activities, but you're always free to should you wish. There's no chaos. It's nice and quiet at night, and there's lots of space. Like even with 20 people living on the site, you can still really find a place where you'll be alone should you wish. So yeah, to recap, the industry is going through a change. People are starting to wake up and ask for help. And I would love to be able to help people in any way that I can. So if there's something that I've said or mentioned that interests you, or something that you feel like I can help you with, or you just want to give some feedback on what I'm doing, then yeah, just jump into the DMs and send me a message. The plan with the podcast is I'm going to be talking to a variety of different people from super different backgrounds, some with addiction problems, some without addiction problems, um, and yeah, we're going to see where it goes. But the idea is to help people who want to be helped, and to show a new way of living. People are really changing the way that they live these days. Like gone are the days of the husband and wife and the two kids living in a house for 50 years. Like the world went through a big change, I think, after COVID, and everything became a lot more location independent, and people can kind of work from anywhere in the world now. Especially here we see a lot of digital nomads, people working online, and it's incredible to see, and to be able to have these people stay with us is just such a privilege. Like yeah, I feel super lucky, super blessed to be able to now give something back, um, as so many people have given to me. You know, in my darkest moments, there were people there for me, and now it's my turn. So yeah, if there's anything that I can do for you guys, just let me know, and I'm here. I'll do whatever I can that will help you.